Hey guys, my name is Key and welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so I thought for my first video, why don't I film the BOOKTUBE newbie tag? So I guess I figured I'd do this so that you guys will kind of get an idea of, what kind of reader I am, what kind of books I'm interested in, what kind of videos I'm gonna post. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I guess I started this channel because BOOKTUBE got me back into reading. I used to read a lot in elementary, middle school, high school, kind of. And then I guess for the past 10 years, I've stopped reading. So when I found a BOOKTUBE video about what are the best books of 2019, it kind of got me back into reading, got me interested in the books that I was hearing about on YouTube. So I guess I wanted to start this channel so I could get more involved, because in the last 2 years, BOOKTUBE has started a whole new hobby for me. So I guess I wanted to start this channel to get into the community, continue with this hobby, and just have more people to talk about books with. Because where I'm from, I don't really know that many people that read as often as I do, or read the kind of books that I like to read. So I guess I wanted to start my own channel to get more involved in the community. Let's move on to the next one. So the second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BOOKTUBE? Well, I guess one unique thing, I've noticed that most people on BOOKTUBE kind of read from like maybe one genre or two at most. I feel like I read from a pretty wide variety of genres. I'd like to get into more. So I guess that will be a fun way, and fun way to like kind of get different kinds of options, because I feel like there's a lot of other people who read different genres, not just thrillers, not just fantasies, so I figured that will make me a bit unique. Also, since I'm just kind of starting my book collection, I started with maybe 10-20 books when I started reading again, and my collection has grown to 2 bookshelves, although they're not full yet. But I figure that's another thing that I like to kind of get going on my BOOKTUBE channel, is like watching my book collection grow. I also just moved into a new house, so this room that I'm in right now is kind of my dedicated space for my books and my filming and all of that stuff. So I figured that would be a fun process to get started. And also, I'm from an island in the Pacific, so I'm hoping to film in like interesting locations. I'm also starting another channel to kind of, I guess, film more lifestyle kind of vlogs, travel vlogs, where I'm from, those kinds of things. So I guess those are some fun and unique things I'm hoping to bring to BOOKTUBE, with a little shameless plug about my other channel. Okay, next question. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Kind of like I mentioned earlier, I'm most excited about finding more people to talk to about books, because honestly I don't talk to anybody that often. I started Bookstagram, and that kind of got me going into meeting people locally around where I'm from who are interested in reading. And I figure getting a BOOKTUBE channel will help me meet more people who are interested in reading books. And I just want more people to talk to. I want more people to talk to about the books that I'm reading, instead of just reading it and kind of talking to my husband who's not really interested in reading books. So I figured this could make me some new friends, new connections. Next question, why do you love reading? Why do I love reading? I guess I love reading because of all the different places I can kind of travel to in a book. All the different stories I can experience, the different characters I can get to know. Obviously, I'm very much into fiction. I'm not that much of a nonfiction reader, but hopefully I can change that. But I just like reading about different stories, different things that happen in the world or can happen. And I'm also really into fantasy, so I love reading about whole new different worlds, different people, things that I wouldn't even be able to imagine. I like stepping into that, the whole transporting myself essence of reading. So that's why I love it. It's also a stress reliever for me, as I imagine it is for a lot of people. What book or series got you into reading? As I imagine the answer may be for a lot of people, the Harry Potter series definitely really got me into reading. I was kind of reading, picture books, but The Harry Potter series is what really got me into reading like series and novels. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I guess I'd like to know where they got started with their booktube channels. What motivates them to continue? What makes them want to keep posting? And I guess how to keep it going, how to stay motivated, how to be consistent, and I guess their new ideas for where they want their channels to go. And also seeing how their tastes in books have changed over the years. I find that really interesting. What you were into 3 years ago can be so different from what you're into now, and how, like, if you analyze how your tastes change throughout the years as you grow as a person. Next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? What challenges? I think consistency is definitely going to be a challenge, because I feel like that's a challenge for even veteran booktubers or YouTubers, is being consistent with posting and coming up with new ideas to keep you motivated to keep going on with your channel. So I feel like that's going to be a challenge I want to overcome, but I guess the main way I want to overcome that is by looking at this as a start of another hobby, something that I'm passionate about, something that I can keep going because I want to, because it brings me joy. So hopefully that challenge won't be too hard to overcome. Right, next question is, when did you start reading? I think I started reading when I was like maybe 6 or 7. My mom has been reading to me since, I don't know, before I can remember. But I think that's when I started reading for myself. And I'm pretty sure I was 7 years old when my auntie got me my first novel. And where do you read? So I just moved into this new house a couple months ago, so my reading locations have totally changed now that we're in this new place. But definitely my number one answer will be in bed. I definitely read a lot before going to bed. I read on my couch, different locations on my couch, on my dining table. I read in the car a lot when my husband's driving us around, even if it does give me a headache sometimes. I read at the beach. I read, if you count audiobooks, then I pretty much read everywhere. What kind of books do you like to read? Ooh, okay. I think that's my favorite question so far, and I think what will, I guess, determine whether my channel is something you may be interested in. So the books behind me aren't a very good representation of what I read. I guess some of it, a portion of it. I read thrillers, mysteries, a little bit of horror sprinkled in there, some hard-hitting contemporary, some light and fluffy romance, some mangas, some graphic novels. The main thing that I do read is fantasy and sci-fi. So that's something that I really enjoy, both adult and young adult and middle grade. Oh yeah, I also read middle grade. Yep, that's my taste so far. I'd like to really get more into like historical fiction, maybe some biographies or autobiographies of like people with really extraordinary lives. I like to get more into sci-fi. I like to grow my sci-fi collection. And the last question is, what does your book collection look like? Okay, I think I'll just throw in a clip here, now of just a quick view of my 2 shelves. This is where it stands now when I start my channel, and hopefully further down the line we can see it grow together. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my very first video, and thank you for bearing with me. Hopefully as I get more confident and start to do this more often, it'll be less cringy. Well, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.